A new report from an NFL insider came out actually saying that the New England Patriots did offer a deal for Brandon Aiyuk ahead of the NFL draft, but the 49ers declined it. So we're going to break down what that offer looked like, and we're also going to break down what happens if they throw Matthew Judon into the mix, because now Judon has hinted once again with a cryptic message on Twitter that maybe his time in New England is over. I am your host of Patriots Today by Chat Sports, Allie Barefoot, and the Patriots make a move. Well, it's super simple. We make a video. It does not matter. I've made videos at home. I've made videos on vacation. I've made breaking news videos anywhere. So if the New England Patriots make a move, I promise you are going to get all the information you need. All you guys have to do is subscribe. I'll take care of all the work. I know there's a lot of rumors going out there right now, but it is the NFL offseason, and rumors do possibly always lead to some breaking news. So hopefully, if there is anything, we've got you covered. All right, let's break down what that trade was, right? Mike Florio saying it's unclear what the 49ers wanted at the time, talking about the NFL draft. They rejected an offer of a second-round pick from the Patriots. Other interested teams were potentially, still are, the Steelers and the Commanders. So the Patriots offered the 49ers a second-round pick in this last draft to get Brandon Aiyuk. That means they were very high on Aiyuk coming to New England. Not to mention, that was Jalen Polk's pick. So if they did accept that trade, Brandon Aiyuk would be in New England, but there would be no Jalen Polk in New England. There would be no rookie top wide receiver with the pick number 2 in the NFL draft for the New England Patriots. But that made me wonder, is that not enough? Because I've seen all of these rumors out there that the 49ers do want a top draft pick for Brandon Aiyuk. I have seen speculations that they want a first-round draft pick. I don't know if the Patriots ever give up a top 10 pick for Aiyuk, but obviously they'll give up a second round. Plus, New England was willing to pay Aiyuk around $28 million a year, but the offer was rejected by San Francisco. And this was months ago, way before Brandon Aiyuk has now requested a trade. So if they were to offer that exact same deal but possibly tie in Matthew Judon, could that make Brandon Aiyuk come to New England? Well, here's what Jeremy Fowler had to say on the Aiyuk situation with the 49ers, the latest update saying, one source told me that he wants to either be traded or be paid. The 49ers have shown a willingness to do neither. Now they want to pay him. The context is market value. They don't want to get up to that $30 million range that he feels that he earned. Well, the Patriots were already willing to pay him upwards of $28 million when they made that trade by the 2024 NFL Draft. The only thing is, the 49ers weren't accepting trades for Aiyuk at that time. Once again, that was many months ago. So obviously, things have changed, and a lot of ideas or agendas have now been pushed. But that does not mean there are not other teams now considering Brandon Aiyuk. Coming from the NFL, the top 5 potential landing spots for Brandon Aiyuk do consist of the Washington Commanders, New England Patriots, Pittsburgh Steelers, Detroit Lions, and the New York Giants. So unfortunately, it looks like the Pats are still in this race to get Brandon Aiyuk. And I say that with unfortunately because that does mean you're probably going to have to give up something big in a trade to get a big receiver to come to New England. But Bucky Brooks thinks that this will be a good thing. Here's what he had to say about possibly sending Aiyuk to New England, saying, Aiyuk is the perfect receiver to feature in an offense directed by a rookie starter. The versatile wideout can win on intricate vertical routes or catch and run concepts, which would enable the Patriots to maximize wide receiver one's usage while keeping the actual playbook small and concise for a young passer. Given New England's immense issues scoring points in 2023, adding a blue chip pass catcher with big play potential should be a top priority. I love the big play potential. I do not believe right now in that wide receiver room, out of all the talent that's in there, the Patriots have that one big play type of guy. And I do think Aiyuk or T. Higgins would maximize this immediately if they came to New England. But I'm still sticking with it. Hold off on an Aiyuk trade. You've got a rookie in the backfield. Yes, you can pay Brandon Aiyuk, and that's great. But if you wait a year and you hope the 49ers come to a one-year deal with Aiyuk, or maybe even the Bengals with T. Higgins, they'll be free agents next season. Why don't you focus on the rebuild you've got right now? Work on developing Drake May. Yes, you could give him an absolute big play potential type of guy like Brandon Aiyuk, and you could maximize his growth. But you could also just rebuild everything around him, still petting that offensive line, and wait a year. Plus, if you don't give away that top draft pick, you could also get a first-round wide receiver and a rookie next year. So what do you guys say? Trade for Aiyuk now? Type now in the comment section. You want to wait a year? Type free agent. Because I want to see who's going to be out there next year. This is going to happen all over again. And the one thing you don't want to do is take Brandon Aiyuk a little bit too early, and now he's going to bring his drama to New England and a rebuilding system that's trying to start fresh from the front office down to the kicker position, and you bring in somebody like Aiyuk. I'm sticking to my guns. I don't know if I'm taking Aiyuk just yet, but let me know what you guys have to say. Up next, I'm going to break down major Matthew Judon trade rumors. I mean, this is coming from the man himself, Matthew Judon, who is hinting at a possible trade with the 49ers. It's going to get crazy. But first things first, I want to tell you guys about this incredible app, Game Time. Game Time is the only place I go to get tickets for games, concerts, events, anything and everything, even last minute, because I like to be ahead on my schedule, but sometimes, I just don't know if I want to go somewhere. I don't know if I want to commit. That's why I love using Game Time, is because you can get your tickets last minute at guaranteed the best price that's out there. And what's even better is that Chat Sports and Game Time are going to help you get a nice $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Like I said, they got last minute tickets and flash deals, views from the seats, which is my favorite. None of those over speculating type of views on where can I see and what can I see, and not to mention the lowest price guarantee. Let me tell you something. Fenway is my favorite ballpark in the entire world. I love the history. I love the Big Green Monster. The thing is, with Red Sox, it comes the Yankees, and New York is coming to Fenway in the next week. I want you guys to be able to have the best tickets, the best price, the best seats to watch the greatest rivalry known to America, and that is Yankees versus Red Sox. My favorite memory of all time going to an MLB game was a Yankees versus Red Sox game. I saw Saltalamacchia, I saw David Ortiz, Derek Jeter. That was the prime, in my opinion, of the Sox and the Yankees rivalry in the early 2000s. So if you guys want to make those memories, go on ahead right now. Get your tickets to Boston Red Sox games using Game Time. Like I said, this is my favorite app, the only app that I personally use to get my own tickets, last minute flash deals. You can save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or event, or you can save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats ahead of you as well. You got all-in pricing, lowest price guaranteed. Terms do apply. Go on ahead right now and go to gametime.co. Get your tickets right now. Promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. All right, let's talk about Matthew Judon here because, man, every single time I get on Twitter, I feel like Matthew Judon has dropped the latest news on himself, which I do kind of like. So this Patriots fan comes out here and he tweets out, there's absolutely no reason why the Patriots haven't traded for and extended Brandon Aiyuk yet. So he makes this trade. But look at the top of this picture right here. Matthew Judon reposted, which means he took this trade and put it on his own profile. And I saw this trade and I'm like, oh, okay, I follow a lot of Patriots fans. That's fine. I do double takes. I saw Matthew Judon's name had retweeted it. Why the hell would he do that? Why the hell would Matthew Judon retweet some Patriots fans' trade idea to get him out of New England if he didn't want to leave New England? Am I the only one that thinks that? There's no way I am ever retweeting anything out there that I don't believe in, that I don't like, or that I do not want to endorse. That is the whole point of retweeting. So if Matthew Judon is looking at this trade idea and saying, I like it, let me put it on my own profile, you can't tell me he wants out of New England. That is proof that he wants out of New England if he is willing to be traded to San Francisco for Brandon Aiyuk. Or at least that's what he's speculating on his Twitter. And I know that this is coming right before the contract negotiations deadline. The Patriots set July 24th, Wednesday, to be the day that they want all contract negotiations and rumors and news put to rest ahead of NFL training camp, which I love this idea. But this is coming just mere days ahead of when Gerard Mayo and the front office and Matthew Judon are supposed to sit down to see if they can come to any kind of agreement on extending, staying, or trading away. And it looks like Matthew Judon has made up his mind. So let's break down that trade just a little bit more. Here is the trade in a better visual here that talks about that trade that Matthew Judon did repost on Twitter. And this was a Twitter trade idea saying, the Patriots receive Brandon Aiyuk and a 5th-round pick. Don't hate it. 49ers receive Matthew Judon as a 2nd-round pick. So like I said, they still have to give up that 2nd-round pick that they were going to offer in this previous draft, but they're going to have to give it up for next year's draft. And then they also included that this trade would include a 5-year, $125 million Brandon Aiyuk contract. That's a lot. That's a lot for a rebuilding group when you have not seen what your quarterback can do out there in a New England Patriots uniform. That is a gamble. Because if things don't work out, I could see Brandon Aiyuk immediately next offseason requesting a trade out of New England. And maybe that's just looking too far ahead in the future. But what do you guys say? How do you feel about this trade that some Patriots fan cooked up on Twitter? But Matthew Judon apparently liked it because he retweeted it. Would you accept this trade? Type A for accept, type D for decline. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, Judon, obviously, you don't want to give him up. That's a huge loss to your defense. It'd be a huge gain in your offense to have somebody like Brandon Aiyuk, but still a lot of question marks around that offense, whereas your defense is a little bit more solidified. Overall, the Pats just either need to come to terms with Judon or trade him. And if they're going to trade him, I would love to get somebody like Brandon Aiyuk for a trade for Matthew Judon. I would love to get a top receiver in the NFL for a great edge rusher on defense. But if anything happens, and this is what I'm worried about, if anything happens, it's not an extension or an agreement or a trade, I'm worried about a holdout for Matthew Judon in training camp, and I'm worried about the drama in the locker room. That's what I don't want. That's what you don't want in your front office for the New England Patriots. So Wednesday is really going to determine what happens to Matthew Judon and the New England Patriots. And if anything does happen with these two players, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me. Anything and everything New England Patriots you guys are going to find right here for free on Patriots Today by Chat Sports.